Sukihotu and welcome to Buddhist Mahavihara's Facebook live page. This evening we are here at the Dhammadana series and we are actually discussing the Bhojjhangas this past few days and the next couple of weeks. And today we are actually discussing the fourth Bhojjhanga, which is on PITI or PT, which is on happiness. And to explain to us about this Bhojjhanga, we have a monk from Sri Lanka, and I would like to invite this monk now into the studio. His name is Bhante Walasmulle Bhaddiya Thera. Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Sukihotu.
Sukihotu. Okay, Bhante has been with us previously. He has been on this Buddhist Mahavihara Dhammadana series. Let me quickly read Bhante's profile and we will get started. Yeah. So we have Bhante Walasmulle Bhaddiya Thera, who's a 32-year-old Sri Lankan Buddhist monk who was ordained in 2001 at Purvarama Vihara in Galle, Sri Lanka. Bhante obtained his higher ordination of Upasampada in 2009 at the same monastery. Bhante then obtained his BA, Honours First Class, in Buddhist Philosophy from the Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka in 2015. He also obtained a postgraduate diploma in counseling from the Faculty of Education, the University of Colombo in 2019. He then obtained a postgraduate diploma slash also a MA in TSL, which is Teaching English as a Second Language, in 2019 from the Open University of Sri Lanka. Bhante then obtained his Masters of Arts degree in Buddhist Studies from the University of Kelaniya in 2018. Bhante is currently the Assistant Lecturer in Buddhist Philosophy at the Department of Pali and Buddhist Studies at the University of Kelaniya, and he's also a lecturer for the Diploma in English ELTU program at the Postgraduate Institute of the Buddhist and Pali University. With that, I would now like to invite Bhante Bhaddiya to explain to us on PT in one of the factors for enlightenment and the Bhojjhangas. Bhante, would you please kindly?
Good evening, Sukihotu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Atthi bhikkhave piti sambojjanghattaniya dhamma tattayoniso manasikara bahulikaro ayamaharo anuppannassa piti sambojjangassa uppadaya uppannassa piti sambojjangassa bhavanaya paripuriya. Dear devotees, today also it is a great pleasure for me to have this wonderful opportunity to address you with another Dhamma talk. Earlier I could explain you about sloth and torpor Thina Midda. Today I am here to discuss with you about one of the 7 factors of enlightenment. Already I think you have listened to various sermons or various Dhamma talks. The earlier preachers or earlier monks who made those Dhamma talks would have already discussed with you about Sati Bhojjangha, Dhammavicaya Bhojjangha, and Virya Bhojjangha. Today, I am going to discuss with you about PITI Sambhojjangha. PITI is generally known as happiness. On your Mahavihara Facebook account also, I could see that word as happiness. Happiness is also a clear meaning for PITI, but when it comes to Buddhism or philosophical meaning, I think better translation we can give is ecstasy. Ecstasy is the better translation we can give for the PITI Sambhojjangha. Generally, the term PITI means happiness. All of us know what is happiness. When it comes to general sense, there are various types of happiness. First of all, I would like to say you already, you know, generally a factor for enlightenment means enlightenment means actually the knowledge, fully knowledge. One who gets the fully knowledge of all the phenomena as well all the sansaric situations, only he can achieve for the final bliss of Nibbana, or only he can name as only he is named as the person who is introduced as enlightened one. Not only the Buddha, but also Pacceka Buddhas as well, Arahants, those who get the fully knowledge on sansaric life, on the Four Noble Truths, is known as an enlightened one. These Bhojjangha Dhammas, or factors for enlightenment, are the factors which are helpful for the enlightenment. Already you discussed about three, no? Today the fourth one. When it comes to PITI, or happiness, ecstasy is the philosophical meaning which comes, which is suitable when it discusses with Bhojjangha factors. Generally, the PITI can be named as happiness. Then happiness actually can be divided into two parts. What are the two? Samisa PITI and Niramisa PITI. Samisa PITI means actually the happiness which is experienced in one's domestic life or in one's household life. For example, if you have a good job, it is a happy for you. If you have a good wife or good husband, it is a happy for you. If you have good children, it's a happy for you. As well, if your children are working well, if they are studying well, if they are behaving in the society well, it is a happiness. As well, if you get what you wish, if you can do what you wish, if you can go wherever what you wish, where you wish to go, then it's a happiness for you. That is the Samisa PITI, or household happiness. In another word, general happiness. What is Niramisa PITI? Niramisa PITI can be named as, in another name, Nekkamma Nisrita. What's the meaning of Nekkamma? Nekkamma, Naiskamma means renunciation, going away from the household life. Nekkamma. It is also a happiness for the person who is seeking the truth and peace in one's mind. Nekkamma is a great happiness for such people. Then Samisa is the happiness which is again, which is got through the sensual life, through the sensual works. The Nirami Sapiti is the happiness which is got through by doing religious actions, or by doing the actions which can get the highly happiness in the mind, higher happiness in the mind, in the religious point of view, not in general point of view. Okay. When it comes to Samisa Priti, or the happiness which is got through, which is got with the sensual life or sensual actions, there can be seen 5 types of such happiness. Those 5 are, what are those 5? Actually, when it comes to a general person, he feels the happiness in different ways. One happiness can be named as Kuddika Piti. What's the meaning of Kuddika Piti? Kuddika Piti means the thrill of ecstasy, or the happiness that causes the hairs on the body to stand up. Our hairs on the body to stand up. We get such a happiness. And suddenly we hear a very nice news. For example, I have sat for an exam. I am waiting for the results. I am hoping a second upper class, but suddenly I can hear I have got a first class. Then I am very happy. I can't even bear up my happiness. Sometimes I would not me actually. If he is a boy, he would dance. Sometimes he would dance. He would loudly laugh. That's the first type of happiness, that is known as Uddika Piti. It is suddenly get the happiness. He doesn't hope such a happiness. What's the next one? Khanika Piti. Khanika Piti means instantaneous ecstasy, like a flash of lightning. That happiness comes as a flash of lightning. When it is lightning in the sky, when it is lightning in the sky, the lightning comes as a flash, just show the flash and disappear. Again, suddenly get the flash and disappear. Likewise, there are some happiness moods in our minds. Suddenly we feel the happiness, again we forget. Again, sometimes, or after a short while, we remember a certain incident, and again the happiness comes to our mind. That is known as Khanika Piti. That Piti is like a lightning of flash, suddenly comes and disappears. What's the next one? Okkantika Piti. Okkantika Piti is the flood of ecstasy like breakers on the seashore. What is that meaning? You may have experiences on the seashore. Seashore means the beach. When you go to the beach, you can see the waves are coming up and again coming down, again coming up, again coming down. The procedure is breaking, and again this system is going up, going on. Likewise, some happinesses are there, some types of happiness are there. They are also just like that method, how the waves are coming. Suddenly the happiness goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Likewise, that is known as Okkantika Piti. The next one is Ubbega Piti. Ubbega Piti means transporting ecstasy that enables one to float in the air. What does that mean? Float in the air means, fly in the air, float in the air. Sometimes a person would feel he is floating in the air. Very simple. He has no barrier in his mind. He has no problems in his mind. He is thinking very simply. He is getting the happiness. A simple mood is with him. He is like a kite floating on the sky. He is just like a person. He is just like, actually just like a kite. Kite is floating on the sky, no? When the children are flying like kites. Likewise, some people are getting the happiness. He is just behaving, floating on the sky. That type of happiness is known as Ubbega Piti. That's the fourth one. The next one is Erana Piti. What is that? Suffusing ecstasy which pervades the whole body. That means actually that happiness pervades all over the body. Sometimes when we feel a certain happiness, we feel like our all the bodies getting that happiness, pervading throughout all the body, from the head to the foot of our body. We are feeling that happiness, great happiness. They are known in generally in Sri Lanka among Sinhalese. It is known as Paswanak Piti. You may have not familiar with that term. That is the highest happiness the people can get from the sensual actions, sensual experiences. That is known as Samisa Piti. Sometimes we get that happiness. All of you may have that experience. But sometimes we don't get that happiness and sometimes get happiness. That is going on. It depends actually. When it comes to Niramisa Piti, this is the very important thing. Actually, it is very difficult to get this Niramisa Piti. Why? Niramisa means actually non-sensual happiness, non-sensual ecstasy. When we discuss about Niramisa Piti, I should explain you. There is a famous scholar known as Venerable Buddha Gosa. He has written the book Visuddhi Magga. It's a very famous book. In Visuddhi Magga, he has mentioned about 11 factors for the ecstasy. That means ecstasy means Piti. For the Piti Sambhojjhanga, he is giving 11 factors to explain this Piti Sambhojjhanga. What are those 11? The first one is Buddhanusati. Buddhanusati means recollection of the Buddha, qualities of the Buddha. It is a Niramisa happiness. Recollection of the Buddha, the qualities of the Buddha. If we are recalling, if we are thinking about the qualities of the Buddha, it is a happiness for the person who would like to go for the enlightenment, or who is searching the truth and peace in his mind. It's a great happiness for him. It's a great piti. Niramisa piti actually, not a samisa piti. What's the next one? It is first one Buddhanusati. Next one Dhammanusati. That means recollection of the qualities of the Dhamma. Next one is Sanghanusati, recollection of the qualities of Sangha. It is also a Niramisa piti, non-sensual ecstasy, happiness. Fourth one is Silanusati. Silanusati means the thinking on Sila, moral conduct. It is also happiness for the person. It is also a non-sensual happiness. But there are types. If I am going to explain those types, the time would pass. If I have enough time, I will explain you. The next one is Chaganusati. Chaga means Generousness. If a person is thinking of on his generosity, but it also should apply with, should join with this non-sensual happiness. Sometimes for the sensual happiness also people would tend to be generous, but in this case it is for the non-sensual person. I think you can get my point. The next one is I said Chaganusa, then Devatanussati. Devatanussati means Devatanussati, Devata means actually deities, but here it is not explaining about thinking on deities. Devatanussati means actually in the philosophical view, the thinking on our death and rebirth and thinking on the blessings of deities. If we are doing good things, we get the blessings of deities. Likewise, the thinking on qualities of deities also can be taken here. General deities are known as good people. Only good deities are, higher deities are taken here. There are two types of deities. Okay, next one. Upasamanussati. Upasamanussati means actually peacefulness. If a person is thinking on or dwelling on his peacefulness mind, he's get that happiness. Peacefulness in the mind is also a happiness for the person. Ecstasy. Then next one. Actually, this is Luka Puggala Parivajjanata. Parivajjanata means thinking. Luka Puggala Parivajjanata means, Luka Puggala means cause people. Cause people means actually bad. That means Parivajjana means remove. Not thinking, sorry. Parivajjana means removing the association, removing. The cause people means bad people, removing. I am thinking, I am removing the association of bad people. Then it is also a Niramisa Piti for the individual. It is known as Luka Puggala Parivajjanata. Then next one is Siniddha Puggala Sevanata. Siniddha Puggala Sevanata means association with refined people. The opposite of coarse. Refined people means generous, good, qualified people. Those who are having good qualities. Then association with refined people also, thinking on that, dwelling on that memory or that thinking, it is also happiness. Niramisa Piti. All this I will explain next and will continue. Next one is Pasadaniya Suttanta Pachavekanata. What is that? Reflecting on inspiring discourses. Reflecting on inspiring discourses. Inspiring discourses means reflecting on inspiring discourses. We are thinking on inspiring discourses. Inspiring means, you know, there is a nice term called motivation. It is a philosophical term, and even in the psychology, it is accepted as abhiprerana. This concept is motivation. Concept of motivation is a very nice concept. When a person is thinking on suttas which are inspiring, inspiring means motivating to do good things or remove the bad memories, bad qualities, bad imaginations, it is also a Niramisa Piti for the person, for the individual. Then the last one is Tadadi Muttatati. What is that meaning? Being intent on these previous mentioned factors. Tadadi Muttatati means, actually I already discussed 10. No, this is the last one. Tadadi Muttatati. That means to dwell on above mentioned factors. It is the meaning of this last one. Tadadi Muttatati means living on those above mentioned factors. That is also a Nirami Sapiti. As a whole, if we are thinking on the above mentioned factors, it is also great happiness for the individual. These are the Niramisa Piti a person can get. Then I would like to focus your attention. What are these factors? Actually, can we improve these factors? Actually, those 7 factors are acting in one's mind when he comes to the path of Arahant Magga. When he is starting this path, only he is getting these 7 types of factors gradually, step by step. But why we should know these things? Why we should try to improve these things? There are methods to improve these things. By doing the meditation, we can improve. That is the only method we have in Buddhism to improve these qualities. Why we do? Why we should practice those mentioned things to improve these qualities? Mentioned things means I already said about 11 factors no, for the PITI Sambhojjhanga. To achieve or to feel the PITI Sambhojjhanga, why we should improve these 11? The reason is, for example, when a person is trying to get the Olympic medal, a person wants to get the Olympic medal, but suddenly he can't run for the Olympic. He has to pass certain levels in his village, in his school, then in his province, then in his country, then among other countries. Little by little, by passing different levels, he has to join to the Olympic join to the Olympic matches, so those things, and get the Olympic medal. Suddenly he can't get the Olympic medal. Likewise, we also have to be attached with Nirami Sapiti and little by little come to the level or come to the path which we should feel the 7 enlightened factors. Until we get the qualified situation in our mind, we can't feel, but we can think. These are the qualities, these should be done, these should be improved. Likewise, I said the word, we should be attached with Nirami Sapiti. Is the attachment is good in Buddhism? Actually, attachment is rejected in Buddhism. Attachment is totally rejected. But I said we should attach Nirami Sapiti. Why? Am I explaining another thing? No. I said that because if we are attaching with the Samisapiti, sensual happiness, people are getting the sansaric life again and again. They get the birth again and again. But when they attach with Niramisapiti, they try to do something for the better of their sansaric life, to get through from their sansaric life. After achieving the suitable situations, suitable streams like Sovan, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arahant, they are being away from all the attachments. For example, if a person is if a person wants to cross over a river, he has to get the help of a think of a boat. But after finishing his tour or after crossing the river, he is not taking that boat on his shoulder, on his back. He is not taking or lifting or carrying his that boat. He puts that boat away and goes his journey. Likewise, until we get the nibbana or until we achieve to the target or final ambition in Buddhism, we have to be with Dhamma, with these types of Nirami Sapiti. But after finishing our journey, we can be away from all the things. Until we come to that position, we need that help. That's the thing I wanted to say. There are various types of Jataka stories. Then, for example, Bisa Jataka, they are explaining about how the people or how the people who were trying to meditate and improve their mentalities or achieve certain knowledges, how they removed from or how they neglected or how they rejected the sensual happiness or sensual actions. They are explained in different suttas. I wanted to say this also. I think we have time. Generally, we are observing SIL for mundane life, for the welfare of our mundane life. People like to observe SIL. In Sri Lanka, it is very famous. Sri Lankans like to visit temples on Poya days and likes to stay on whole the day, and throughout the whole day they wish to follow different meritorious actions. Actually, why are they searching for nibbana? Some people would feel a little, actually a few. If there are 10,000, only 1 or 2 people would think I should attain the nibbana by doing these things, or I am doing this as a paramita, perfection, sila paramita. Actually, generally all the people are searching the peace and happiness in our mind. Why you are hearing sermons? You have many works, but you, on this occasion, you have served your time, you have reserved your time to listen Dhamma. Why? You get a certain happiness, actually ecstasy. You are getting ecstasy by hearing Dhamma, or by joining with Dhamma talks. You are motivating your mind to do meritorious actions, so to be away from bad qualities. If you have any quality, sometimes there are people who are having bad qualities, but after listening to Dhamma, they think deliberately, they think I should stop these bad qualities. Everywhere we are searching the happiness, we are depending on happiness. Sometimes the people who are observing seal, they break seal. For example, if they observe 10 precepts, sometimes they would break 1-2 precepts. Panatipata Adinadana, likewise, there are 10 precepts. Killing animals, taking what is not given, then sexual misconduct, then telling lies, likewise. But although they are observing precepts, they would be telling lies just for fun, actually. Why? They are breaking that precept also for their happiness. For their happiness means by telling a lies, they would feel a certain happy. By stealing something, they would feel a happiness. So I stole $10,000 from this person, $100 from this person. I can buy such a thing. I can go that place, this place. Likewise, they would feel a happiness. Happiness is essential for the person, but the happiness always should be a thing which is not harmful for others, as the people who are having mundane lives or household lives, they have duties to do for wives, husbands, parents, uh, relations, as well children. But we would think we should not be attached with those things. We should practice our mind. If we are practicing our mind for the Nirami Sapiti, then our mind would be attached with that Nirami Sapiti. So attachment is not good. I explained you about that attachment and how it is going away. I will explain one another example and I will wind up my Dhamma talk as the time is running. You are giving a chocolate, chocolate sweets for a small child. Then he eats those sweets, and when they are going with you or shopping with you, he is asking for a sweet, chocolate or ice cream. Father, please buy me ice cream. Father, mother, please buy me an ice cream. Or likewise, he is asking for those things. Why? Because he is attached with that taste. Earlier, he has experienced the taste of ice cream, and he knows, so ice cream is so sweet and I can taste. Likewise, if we are attached with Nirami Sapiti by thinking the recollection of good qualities of Buddha, good qualities of Dhamma, then we can train our mind to recollect on those things. That is the way how the good and bad people are appearing in the society. So I think it is not suitable to take much time to explain those things. If you have any question, you can ask from me. This is the explanation on PITI Bhojjangha. In short, please keep in mind there are two types of PITI, Samis and Niramisa PITI. We are practicing those Niramisa PITI to reach for the final bliss of Nibbana. All the preachings, all the actions, all the things we are doing are for the ambition of getting the Nibbana, nothing else. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you for the excellent explanation on the PT. I didn't realize there were so many elements to PT. We only think of PT as happiness, but as you explained, actually, it's more than just happiness. It's also rapture or ecstasy, as you mentioned. So I think gives us food for thought for those of you who are studying Buddhism, especially, and or beginners in Buddhism. So there's a lot of elements, as Bhante has mentioned. You can do research on it. And there is one question that that one of the audience is asking with regards to PT. Let me just put the question on the screen for you.
Yes. Uh, there are actually 3 methods Buddha followed to answer a question of a listener. Ekansa Vyakarana, Vibhajya Vyakarana, and Patipuccha Vyakarana. There is another method as Tapaniya Vyakarana. He rejected in answering. But though this question is a long question, I can very simply answer by using the Buddha's first method, Ekansa Vyakarana. Actually, the answer is yes. Thank you.
That was quick. I hope the person who asked the question is happy with Bhante's one-word answer. So I think you're on the right track. Don't worry. It's a good happiness you're feeling when studying the Buddha Dhamma. So we've come actually to the end of this evening's Dhamma sharing. But before we end, I would like to invite Bhante to conduct the Anumodana. Bhante?
Yes. First of all, I would like to thank dear Mr. Leslie for giving me this opportunity and for introducing me. As well, my close friend, my best friend, one of my best friend, Venerable Pusselle Vinitha, who is currently working as a lecturer at Nagananda University. I would thank him also, as well for the Venerable Mahasangha in Buddhist Mahavihara. And thank you all for listening very carefully. Let's transfer merits to the gods and let's wish the blessings of the gods, because all over the world dangerous virus is spreading. We are suffering, our friends are suffering, the human beings are suffering. So let's wish the healthy, happy mind for them, and happiness, the peace for all the world, and blessings of the gods by transferring merits to the gods. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumuditva chirang rakhantu sasanang punyantang anumuditva chirang rakhantu desanang punyantang anumuditva chirang rakhantu tvang sadati. As well, we should transfer our merits for our departed lovely ones. My father also departed. So recollecting their memories, so taking their memories to our mind, let's transfer merits to the departed lovely ones. Idamme nyate nang hutu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idamme nyate nang hutu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idamme nyate nang hutu sukita huntu nyatayo. Finally, I would bless all of you, all the devotees, be healthy, wealthy, as well, wise, as well. You, all of you would have a long, healthy life. Wish you all the best. And finally, all of us would get the opportunity to listen Dhamma and practice in Dhamma, and finally achieve the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Let's wish the supreme bliss of Nibbana in this way. Idamme punyang asavakkaya vahannotu. Idamme punyang asavakkaya vahannotu. Idamme punyang asavakkaya vahannotu. Sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Sadhu. I will bless you with this stanza. Ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha atho nibbana sampatti iminate samijjatu. Sukhi hotu.
Sukiho to Bhante, and thank you very much. On behalf of the Committee of Management and also the monks of the Buddhist Mahavihara, we take this opportunity to thank you for taking time off from your busy schedule. I think this is a period having Katina in Sri Lanka, and
Not but
maybe not in your temple, yeah, but I know many temples here, they have Katina today. But anyway, thank you for taking time off to be with us and sharing your Dhamma knowledge with our devotees. And also to the sponsors, thank you very much for sponsoring this evening's Dhamma sharing. And also to all the audiences who been listening to us over the last few months and also today. Thank you for tuning in to the Buddhist Mahavihara's Facebook live page and following with us. With that, thank you very much, each and every one of you. Bhante, thank you one more time. Sukiho too.
thank you, Suki.
And everybody have a pleasant evening. Good night.
Good night.